Hello guys, Wastelander138 here, showing you my latest build at the Red Rocket Truckstop. Now, I'm going to be honest, it's not the most original idea, it is a Atom Cats build at Red Rocket. But I'm pretty proud of it because I put a lot of work into it, so I figured I'd just give you a tour and let you see what's happening. So a bit of the lore of the place. The General has dispatched the Institute and the Brotherhood, and has put the Minutemen to work, basically unifying the settlements and kind of try to rebuild a government, essentially. Okay. And one of the things that he's doing as well is using power armor to kind of help maintain order and whatnot. So he wanted a location in the northwest of the map, to help repair and modify power armors. So he asked the Atom Cats to move up here and kind of set up, essentially. It is a Minutemen site though as well. They both work together. Hence the signs here. As you can see, this is completely surrounded and fortified. You got the caravan site here. We don't allow ramming in beyond the outside here, as you can see with the sign here. Oh yeah, shout out to Dean at Vault 440 for some of the ideas in this build. I kind of lifted them from him, like these kind of tire mounted turrets. I thought that was a really cool idea, so I just kind of ran with it. So what we got here is the main entrance. You come in here and basically if you're not a cat or a member of the Minutemen, you have to check in. Security will take any weapons and put them in the locker, like provided there, and you're allowed to carry on. We've got little benches waiting here as well for folk want to get in and whatnot. I went a little crazy with the decoration, like posters and stuff. I just kind of liked the idea. I wanted it to be kind of looking like it's been lived in for a while. It's not like they've just set this up, like it has been there for a while. Oh yeah, the cool thing with security as well. Got a little terminal for checking them in. Radio if he needs any help. He's got a few reading materials here. This guy clearly thinks himself a bit of a warrior, setting his gun on the counter there. Another thing as well, if someone does try to raid the place, you're coming through the front door here, you got this security system. Boom. Total lockdown. Now that works for every door in the compound, like they're all linked, so as soon as one of those alarms is tripped, the whole place just shuts down. So we'll carry on out into the market here. Give me a wee quick look here first. I'm sorry if the frame rate seems a bit choppy. I'm on Xbox and I loaded this place up, man. So the idea is I put this forklift here with the idea that the Atom Cats have managed to repair it and get it functioning. That's how they managed to build the fences around here. Getting all these things like the big trailers and stuff all kind of loaded up and whatnot. Anyway, we'll start with the marketplace, as I said. And so you got a little sign here for budget rooms. You'll see them later on. So again, it's a general store, and it is just that. Really, it is just a general store. You know, nothing
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
too fancy, really. You know. I'll move on here to the armor and clothing store. So this one here, she takes care of the kind of clothing side of things. She also does the laundry service that they've got here. So it is, you know, got the wash machines and dryers here, and all the fresh launder stuff just gets dropped in here. Get a ticket, pick it up later on, that kind of deal. And we've got our man taking care of the armour side of things in here. Yeah, so. And then moving on here, got our man selling hot dogs, Coca-Cola, whatnot. It's normally good for the traders who come, because they like to kind of sit at this wee picnic bench here. They're not here today, but like normally they are kind of just sitting chilling. And we've got the guns and ammo shop. Now you're probably thinking as well, why would you have a gun shop in a place where you've just took their weapons off them? Well, the idea was that basically they'll buy the guns, but they won't get them handed over to them. You know, our man in here has a radio. These red radios all connect to each other, like it's all on the same internal channel. Oh. Thanks, mate. So if someone buys a gun for this guy, he just basically contacts radio for security for somebody to walk over and take it, put it in their locker. Yeah, it's nice and simple. And if any modifications need done, you know, we can do it here at that workbench. Same goes for the armour shop as well. They've got the little workbench here as well. And we've got the doctors in here. So she is a pre-war doctor, this girl. She wears the mask not because she's worried about germs or anything, you know, because she's a ghoul, she's practically immortal. But it just feels like, you know, it's probably nice to, you know, not have someone with a hole in their face, you know, like doing an exam on someone, you know, it might be a little off-putting to some people, so she's nice enough to do that. Yeah, it's a little practice here. You got the Mega Surgery Centre there. As it says, it does a little bit of facial reconstruction as well. Round the back here, got the marketplace toilet. A little bit makeshift, but you know, it does the job, doesn't it? You know. Yeah, so that's the marketplace. Take you through this door again, another security door to. Here we go. We've got a watchtower kind of looking out over the road to our guard, who is somehow standing on the other side. Hey Todd, it just works, right? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so we've got the first thing here, which is the kind of bathhouse, like laundry room, essentially. So this is where the guys who live here, they can come wash up and whatnot, and they can do their own laundry. You know, they don't have to use the machines that are out in the marketplace. You know, chick running the marketplace probably doesn't want that anyway. You know, taking up space, not getting caps from it and whatnot. Yeah, so we've got showers in here, baths and that. You know. And got a dog house as well. There was a dog kicking about here somewhere other than dog meat, but I've not seen him in a while, to be honest. Yeah, she's got a little dog bed in there as well, you know. And this is how we kind of deal with the plumbing situation, you know, pipes in, grey water, and you just kind of get rid of that grey water when the tanks are full. You know, I just wanted to kind of give an idea of like how they've actually managed to plumb that. Yeah, so this is some of the living quarters, as I said. Starting here first is the Minutemen, kind of more orientated guys, like, you know, they all are cats as well as being Minutemen, but some of them feel like they're more Minutemen first. So yeah, they've taken these shipping containers and they've just kind of welded them together, chopped them up. Yeah, I also wanted to make them bunk beds, like mostly just because of the space. Like, you know, it's such a limited space that I've kind of given them. So I took these garage kind of wall mounted like containers and just kind of shrunk them down to like the right size, like to kind of fit round the bed frame, because these were obviously larger than that. I think they're down to like 70% size kind of thing, and then I just kind of stacked them to make like this one kind of solid unit, and again just kind of flipped it on the other side there to just make it look like a kind of big one solid unit. Yeah, and they've got a little basic kitchen in here as well, nothing too fancy. And again, did the same in here with these units. And if we head up the stair, it's pretty much identical. Like, there's not really much that I've done that's different. Slightly different in decoration, like forms of decoration in that, but the layout is pretty much the same. I mean, it's pretty limited space, so I figured it just kind of makes sense. But yeah, I just wanted to give most of the guys like unique kind of sleeping conditions. You know, it started off with getting the kind of makeshift furniture mod and seeing that and going, hey, I could probably do something a little different. Like, you know, for most of them, like, you know. So this guy here, you know, he's took the Super Mutants kind of idea, a couple stack towers, some boards, and a mattress. And there you go. He's got a bed. It's also something with a gun under his pillow. A bit paranoid. I think that's security, you know. It seems like a security thing to do, you know. So these guys more consider themselves like, you know, the cats. These are the guys who do most of the repairs. They've kind of converted these buses into their home and kind of stacked them up. I mean, I threw the scaffolding up here to give the idea that, you know, there's something holding this up. I mean, like, unless like the complete like innards of that bus is taken out, I very much doubt, you know, that would hold. But you know, it's a weird nuclear wasteland with immortal like zombies essentially, you know, and crazy big mutants. Like, a little bit of disbelief ain't that bad, you know. So this is one of our guys' homes. Again, most of them, like the homes, have like, you know, functioning kitchens and storage and whatnot and beds. You know, that was just the kind of main basics that I wanted to give. I wanted to give everyone a kitchen and like just somewhere to store stuff and sit. This guy is very much into robot repair, as you can see. And again, I tried to give some of them like a little unique kind of thing about them, a bit of personality. Yeah, and we'll head up the stairs. And again, similar layout, slightly different. This guy decided, you know, he would love a drink, you know, so plenty of booze and stuff kind of kicking about in his place. And we've got a little kind of seating area here, so for chilling later on. We've got the greenhouse. Most of the food is provided by the caravanners and traders and whatnot that come in and out of the place. You know, this is just a kind of a little backup place just in case, you know. We got kind of electrical, plumbing, and the gardening shed kind of area as well. I felt like just having like the generator on its own, it just kind of looked a bit silly. So through these terminals, and just to kind of make it look a bit like, you know, a bit more's going on kind of thing. And you got the water pumps as well. Some water being stored in here in barrels and whatnot, and some gardening furniture and tools and stuff. And here we got the toilets. And for some reason, I've got a Mr. Handy attending the toilet. Okay, cool. You do you, man. And again, each toilet is kind of makeshift and whatnot, but as I say, it's the wasteland, they got to make it work. We head up the stairs now. And yeah, they've kind of threw like this floor down here. Oh yeah, Zeke's paid a little visit to see what's happening. Yeah, they used that crane that's over here to kind of lift the stuff up on here. Like, at least that's my idea, and again, don't know how structurally sound that would be, but yeah, it looks cool, and it's a use of the space at least. So jump in here first. As I say, I've tried to kind of give everyone a somewhat unique kind of living arrangement. This guy's clearly a bit of a hacker, you know, he's got holotapes, some hacking, lockpicking magazines there, holotapes and stuff. And yeah, this bed, like, again, I seen this in Kuro Tab, they had done something similar, and I just decided to kind of do my own thing with it, and, you know, put storage underneath to kind of make it a bit more unique. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of someone using a pool table, you're just throwing a mattress and a sleeping bag on top of it and being like, yep, that's a bed, that'll do. So jump in here. Yeah, this guy seems to have a bit of a chem problem. Bit of a musician and whatnot, and again, just try to make something a little different. These containers, like, because of the round edges and stuff, I found these quite difficult to kind of build inside and do something, you know, interesting with. But I think I did okay. And again, yeah, I quite like this one. I thought this was just kind of cool. You know, just having the bed jammed in there and then just all these kind of shelves and then the shelf on top there for storage, yeah.
Excuse me.
Cheers, Zeke, yeah. Again, another kind of mismatch here of different kind of garage container parts here for the beds. This time though, it is just a single bed, but got a little seating area here just from sitting, stare at paradise, you know. And again, these seats, they were in Kurotab, but like I kept kicking about like the bollards in Starlight Driving. Like they just you run into them and they just ping across the room. Well, the settlement, yeah, that was happening with those things. So I just made these myself, just resizing tires, sticking the chairs in them. I just thought they fitted the kind of vibe of the place pretty well. So, and yeah, we'll go into here again. This was almost kind of pre-decorated by Kurotab again as well, but I just kind of added a little more to it. That carpet keeps disappearing, that's a bit of a glitch, but I kind of put that carpet underneath. I just kind of went with like the creative quarter bed for here. I think at that point I was just gonna want to get this room done and move on. Essentially, I was sick of doing different things for the beds. I was like, that'll do, that's fine. And then again, we've got these tyre turrets all kind of pointed round out at the top of the settlement here. And security post here as well. A high vantage point and whatnot. I stuck a Atom Kit's flag in the top of the red rocket, because why not, Again, that's the sign we did there as well. Yeah, and I got one more kind of sleeping quarters to have a look at here. Which I kept down here. I just thought, like, someone would probably not want to be in amongst the rest of them, would be a bit of a loner. And again, I did the same kind of idea of just, building the shelves up and in here, and getting real kind of creative with it. Yeah. And this is the kind of the rooms for rent, essentially. This is for the guys who are, if it's like Wastelanders, traders and whatnot, they bring in some power armour or Minutemen, as I said, and the power armour maybe takes a little longer to repair than expected. They can rent a room here for a couple caps, but it is literally just a bed in a container, just stuff to throw. Like throw your head down and throw your gear. I didn't go fancy with it, just a basic light and whatnot. So yeah, we'll move on now and move inside. And we'll start from the back and we'll work our way out. So again, this is the office. I didn't really change much here. I put some stuff on the shelves, kept the desk, kind of changed things about a little bit. A bit of texture glitch with that. It's supposed to be shown, obviously, like the kind of security camera style thing, because we have like eyebot eyes all throughout the settlement. The idea being that they're able to monitor it all the way around and monitor it from here. This is where the manager normally kind of sits and just keeps an eye on things. Got a little couch for folk coming in just to sit and chill and chat. And then we've got a kitchen here. So coffee, donuts, fresh fruit. Got a cooker there as well.
Hope you ain't one of
Just
them
got a whole
descendants. Here to spy on me.
bunch of stuff for selling and whatnot. Some menus here. Magazines for reading. So yeah, the idea is obviously again the radio, but all throughout the settlement, someone brings in a power armor, they check it in here. This dude will call them out, like the techs in, they'll have a look at it, assess it and say, right, This is how much it's going to cost, this is how long it's going to take. If like a Wastelander brings a, you know, rundown set of power armor, and more often than not they will just buy it like off them, because, you know, when they explain, yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of caps to keep it repaired and keep it running in fusion cores. You know, most Wastelanders don't really have that, so they're like, yeah, I'll just sell it. And it becomes property of either the cats or the Minutemen, depending. You know, if the Minutemen need it, they get it, but if they don't, yeah, the cats can have it. Again, I kept this kind of, like the tables and stuff, just added the chairs in, really. I didn't really change much in that, but as you can see, I've done quite a bit to kind of decorate this bit. I say I went mental with the decorations, you know, for the walls and stuff. I really like this chair, like, but I could never ever find a use for it in any of my settlements that I've done previously, so I thought it really fitted here, so I just went for it.
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingers.
But yeah, there's two main repair shops in here. There's the smaller one, which they refer to as the juice shop. And you can see here, mainly because obviously this is supposed to have Nuka Quantum on it. Unfortunately, due to the just sheer amount of stuff in this settlement, this keeps happening with certain power armors. It's mainly this one and a T60 in the main garage, where the paint just disappears. You know, it's great, isn't it? And this was one of the main reasons why I started this build, was this power armor frame. Again, I think it's from Kurotab, because it is an Atom Cats one. You know, it's actually got like their paint jobs on it and stuff. So that kind of inspired me. I was like, oh, it'd be cool to do a build like that. Yeah, so this is just the little one here where they got all the Vim and Nuka-Cola power armors that the general gifted them. But he's pretty much said, you know, they're here just to kind of, for them to mess about with, have fun with, but, you know, if they need them for something, you know, they will get taken back. And there's Roxy, she's in here as well, just having a wee look. So this is the main kind of repair area.
My back hurts, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
So again, the cats love their custom paint jobs, so I figured, why wouldn't they have a paint mixing station? You know, that just makes sense to me. So we've got a little paint mixer here and pigments and stuff, and they're mixing up all different kinds of colours and stuff. Little sink for cleaning their hands and whatnot. And got a cart here just filled with miscellaneous power armor parts. Kind of storage area here for the extra frames that, as I said, the people bring in and whatnot. You know, you just strip the stuff off them and then just keep the frames. Whenever they get enough to build a new suit, a full new suit, you know, it gets utilised. I mostly kind of boxed this in because of that pump. Like, you know, I didn't know what to do with it, so I just thought, yeah, I'll just make this a kind of storage area, and I put the workshop there as well. But this I was really pleased with. This took me a good wee while to do. This is the kind of scrapping station essentially for making mods and repairs to the armors. So all the items that you kind of see here, you know, they are mostly, you know, used. These are all items that have got scrap in them that could be used for basically making materials. And obviously you've got all the materials here and some pre-packaged mods. Yeah, so everything on these shelves is normally used to modify or repair power armor. Your oil, antiseptic, asbestos, lead, ceramic. So you've got some pre-packaged mods there as well. And you got this workbench where they're obviously tearing stuff down, just working away at it. And yeah, so got a few more workbenches here as well where you can see the cats are working on some Minutemen armour. This one's obviously getting a bit of the arm repaired there, leg repaired on this one. I quite like this light as well. I thought like connecting it to the old battery and just having it so you could kind of move it around to get better light and stuff, you know, I quite like that. So one of the cats is working on a set of 45 here, putting a tracker in it. I'll kind of explain that later on as to why that's happening. And again, getting a diagnostic run as well. And that little terminal here, and using a bigger kind of battery just to light the place up a bit. I think this suit's just been finished and ready to roll. Again, a little quick shelf here with the materials needed for repairing, so we don't need to run down to the other side of the shop. And we got this guy here who is almost a kind of custom rat rod, essentially. Power armour, you know, like he just kind of took bits and bobs from different ones that he likes just to kind of make his own custom suit here. You know, I'm painting it in the cat's colours. We've got the older Braxo here as well. And more parts, you know, just sitting waiting to be kind of assessed and repaired. Yeah, like this is the second time I've done this kind of style of walling this area in. I did it on a previous build where I was using this as a player home, and it was basically the same idea. Like, this was the workshop area. It was a bit more kind of sparse and basic then. I really kind of went a bit OTT with the decorations. I quite liked putting the kind of light up posters behind the power armour frames. Like, I thought that was a cool little touch, you know, just giving a little bit more light and whatnot. Yeah. So that's us done in here. And we'll move out to one of the last parts here. A few eagle-eyed guys will have noticed that this is obviously a bit longer than what the red rocket normally is. And again, that was taken from Dean at Vault 440. Seen his red rocket build and seen that he kind of attached the smaller red rocket onto the end of the main one, so I thought, well, I can do that as well, you know, gives me a bit more space to work with and whatnot. So yeah, so we'll head in now. This is the rental shop basically. So this is where guys can come, and if they need a suit of power armour for whatever reason, we've got some speciality ones here. The excavator one, this was used to help kind of build the walls as well as using the crane and forklift. We've got the nautical one as well for if someone maybe is looking for some scav underwater, you know, they know a good place but it's flooded so they need to get in. And again, you've got the hot rod colours here as well. Little statues and stuff.
Hello, sir.
But yeah, so this is almost the end of the tour. It's but as I said, like, this place is a Minutemen base, and the General really loves his power armour, and he realised that obviously there are a lot of threats out there in the world, like since running into the Institute and the Brotherhood. You you know, he's realised there's probably more big crazy bads like that who are going to want to try and take out the Commonwealth if it becomes the success he wants it to become. So he's been collecting power armours and storing them, and has a nice little secret weapon cache,
General?
which is out here. So we'll head in here. Apologies, that's my dog barking. Not dog meat, my actual dog, you know, dog meat's right there. But yeah, so this is the kind of underground weapons cache storage area. The General's been amassing a whole host of heavy weapons, powerful weapons and stuff, and just kind of keeping them down here, ready to rock if ever the case they're needed, really, you know. If a bigger threat than the Institute or the Brotherhood does arrive, yeah, we're ready for them. And as you've probably seen through the windows there, we have more armours in storage here. Yeah. So as I say, this is the General's kind of private collection of armours. He allows some guys, like, you know, access to these if they need a little bit more extra backup, you know. Come through here, and again, this is just kind of general storage. More stuff for repairing and whatnot. And this is a bunk for the General, essentially. You know, this is where he would come if he had an operation going on up this end of the map and he needed a place to put his head down for the night before a mission. You know, it's not where he lives, but it's, you know, it's a nice wee quiet place for him to come, get some rest, and kind of prepare for his next mission, basically. And as I was saying earlier on about the tracker, yeah, basically the idea is that every suit of power armour that the Minutemen has a tracker built into it. So, and they are like Wi-Fi fed into this system, essentially. You know, it can tell if the user is active, alive, how much damage the suit's taken, that kind of thing, and just it gives all this information and kind of plants it into this map and can send it to the General's Pip-Boy just in case someone manages to, you know, get a hold of a set of the Minutemen's power armour. You know, they can go out and retrieve it if need be. That was the kind of idea, and this is the General's kind of own personal secret weapon, the Ultra Sight. And just a few little weapons here as well that he's got just in case. A little repair shop here as well. Yeah, so you're probably wondering where the hell this is. You know, again, this is from the mod More Than Basements, and this is the listening post originally. I just used USO, like the kind of wall textures and stuff, to, you know, retexture the walls, the floors. I built this room here, obviously, and kind of built across here into this and made a new room, and again the general's kind of bunk room there, as well as like fabricated by myself. But yeah, I wanted to keep it in style with like the Red Rocket, obviously that being with white and red, so, and all the kind of posters and stuff. Yeah, I just thought it'd look pretty cool. I just wish either I had dirtier textures to match the doors, or cleaner textures to match the walls for the doors, but you know, again, I'm on Xbox, what am I going to do? I'm kind of limited. But yeah, this was my favourite part of the build. This was kind of one of the things that inspired it. You know, just initially it was just going to be the outpost just looking as it is, you know, with the grimy walls and floors and stuff, and just dark and dingy. And I was like, nah, I can do something with this. You know, I'm going to all this effort upstairs, so I can go that extra mile with this. So yeah, I started kind of doing this, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. As I say, it took me a good couple of weeks to work on it, because I'm a bit scatty when it comes to my builds. I can't focus on one thing. It's a little ADHD, you know. I'll get hyper focused on one thing for you know, a while, get bored, and then I'll move on to something else and hyper focus on that, and then there's just little bits completed here, there, and everywhere, and it just takes me a while to actually, you know, get everything together and get it finished. And even then, like, it's took me weeks to actually record this, because I kept going back and just tweaking little things here and there, and then I'm like, no, just stop, you're done, just record this, and you know, let the people see, you know, what you've done. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. This will be, as I say, I'm on Xbox right now, but this is like the last build that I'm doing on this, as I'm moving on to PC now. I just feel like I want more mods, and I just want to be ready for Starfield as well, to be honest, because I'm running on a 1X, and I don't really fancy buying a Series X just to play it at 30 frames per second, you know. Yeah, so as I say, this is it, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video on PC. Thanks guys.